The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
Lift up your hearts.
We lift them up to the Lord.
I want to welcome you this morning as we come together to worship and to praise our God. Just in case you didn't get the word, Luann, my wife, tested positive for COVID yesterday. Technically, according to CDC guidelines, even if you've been exposed, if you're not showing symptoms, you don't have to quarantine. So I'm not quarantining, but I'm going to stay as far away from you all as I can. Okay? I'm sorry to you all. I'll do the best I can. I'll try not to face your direction and talk. But I will not be coming back to shake hands at the end. So just understand, okay? But it is a glorious day. Even that said, it is a glorious day. So far, I don't have any problems, so that makes it even more glorious, right? I guess. But anyway, I want to welcome you as we come to worship and to praise our God. Welcome those that are with us on our live stream. I know we have some that are ill and are recovering from surgery, and they're with us, I know. And so for all of us, it's a great time for us to come into the presence of God. Let me turn it over to Flo, and she will lead us in our opportunities, our joys and concerns. And let me also say, I do not know what's going to happen with me. So like Bible study on Tuesday, maybe not. I don't know. We'll just, Wednesday night with youth, for me, I don't know. We'll just figure it out. So I'll have to play things by ear. Okay?
That's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you this morning. And we have a lot to be joyful and to be thankful about. Let's take a look at our opportunities first. You'll notice inside of your worship bulletin there was a little insert that says Live from Oklahoma. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about this. Criminal Justice and Mercy Ministries is the ministry of our church that ministers to people who are in prison, who are coming out of prison, and also for children who have parents who are incarcerated. Live from Oklahoma, it's Saturday night, is their big fundraiser for the year. So I want to tell you a little bit about what Criminal Justice and Mercy Ministries does so that you'll know what they're asking you to help support. First of all, they have, I say we because I feel like it's part of our ministry, two exodus houses, and these for people who are coming out of prison that want to be a part of the program. And I think these are people that have participated in ministry programs while they were in prison so that they know about the exodus houses, and then they want to be a part of that. And there's one in Oklahoma City and one in Tulsa. I've been to the one in Oklahoma City. It's apartments. They provide temporary housing for people who are coming out. They help them to find a job. They provide counseling. They help them with transportation, help them get back on their feet while they're living rent-free in this temporary housing. And then another part of the program is New Day Camps. And the New Day Camps are for children whose parents are incarcerated. And we have helped to support that for a number of years. The third thing they have is Redemption Churches. Redemption Church is a congregation of people who have joined that particular church, that particular congregation. They meet in other churches sometimes as a second service or a different service, and they don't have their own building necessarily. But some of the people who are in prison can come to those churches while they're still in prison, if they're trustees or whatever. I don't know exactly what the specifications are, and their families can join them and worship with them. And then a lot of the people who get out remain a part of that congregation where they feel support. The whole idea behind Criminal Justice and Mercy Ministries is to break the cycle of incarceration. When I used to go to annual conference, that was one of my favorite reports to hear, because they usually brought someone with them from the Exodus House, someone who had been through their program and had reestablished their lives. They were successful, got a job, got transportation, got their family back, various different things. And everyone enjoyed hearing those wonderful stories of people who had gotten back on the right track and were doing well. So I give you all of that background information to tell you that their fundraiser is coming up on November the 5th, and they're looking for sponsors, and there are different levels of sponsorship there. If you don't feel like you want to be a sponsor, maybe someone here is interested in helping out in another way. And so they need linens for New Day campers. They need camp sponsorships for the children. They need sponsorships for the Exodus House. There are a number of different things. So take this home with you. Think about it. Pray about it. Jim's been preaching about reaching out and doing things in the name of Christ. And this is one way that you could do that. Okay, other opportunities coming up. The bells are going to start practicing this week. And if you feel so inclined that you'd like to come and join us, we always have room. So come and be part of the bells. We'll be at 5:45 on Wednesday. UMW meets not this week, but next week on September the 7th. So put that, we haven't been meeting in a formal fashion through the summer, so put that on your calendar for September the 7th, 12 noon, covered dish. Wednesday night, our kids will be meeting with their regular programming of classes. What else? What other opportunities or announcements need to be made?
The church council will meet which is the first Sunday, which is the 4th of September, but the next week, which is the 11th. And this is going to be a very important meeting for a number of reasons, which I'll let you know as we get closer. But it will be officially a special charge conference. We have to have a vote on filling a position, and we've done it before like this, but it's just I'm supposed to give you 2 Sundays notice, so I'm giving notice today that in 2 Sundays we'll have this meeting. Okay.
Okay. Anyone else have an announcement? Something we need to know about? Okay, well, let's share our joys. And first of all, we have some birthdays. It looks like on August the 30th, which is Tuesday, Jim has a birthday, pastor. And September 1st, which is Thursday, is that right? Sam Rose. So happy birthday to you this week. And then it's a joy to welcome Carolyn and Ron Baton. I got it right. Carolyn and Ron are visiting with us today, but they're looking for a permanent church home, and I said, you found it. This is it. So all of you greet Carolyn and Ron as you leave the worship service today. They're right now they're in Muskogee waiting to get some construction done at their son's in Hoyt, and then they'll be living in closer to our community. So welcome. We're really glad that you're here. What other joys do you bring today?
I think the football game Friday night here went really well. Our team played well, and
Team played well? Okay,
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Well, kind of a combination joy and concern is on Tuesday night, Aiden and Andrew have their first football game and with seventh grade football, and so, it's a joy that they're
That's on.
to do that, but at the same time, a little concern is that they have to feel.
Okay, and a concern and a joy both that Aiden and Andrew will play their first football games of the season on Tuesday. Is that right? Okay. What else? Okay, well, let's share our concerns then.
Let me start with what I have heard. We need to be praying for Jim Aldridge and Kent Clark. They're both recovering from surgery. Jim is not doing real well. He's going back, I think, tomorrow to have an MRI. Kent had shoulder replacement this last week. His thing is he thought he would just be able to get up and he would just be, everything would be so much better now. And it's not working that way. He just did. Someone told me not to pray for patience. That was you, Mickey, wasn't it? Don't pray. What was I supposed to pray for? I don't know. Something else, but not patience, because it never works. So, but we want to, just that he gets better. Barbara Bessie is in the hospital with heart problems. A number, including my wife and Susan's nephew, with COVID, and then Emma is having some health issues. And pray wisdom for the doctors and healing for her. That's what I've got.
Okay. Greg Parsons. Okay.
Health. Okay.
Are there others? Then let's prepare our hearts for worship. Will you stand with me, please, for our call to worship? Jesus calls us to love our enemies and to do good to those that hate us. We have come to follow Jesus, to love and do good. Jesus calls us to bless those who curse us and pray for those who persecute us. We have come to follow Jesus, to bless and to pray. Jesus calls us to do unto others as we would have them do unto us. Help us, O Jesus, to live a life of love for others as we give you thanksgiving and praise.
Our song of praise this morning is "I Want to Be Ready," and this should be a rousing. You need to move around a little bit as we sing this one. Maybe not, but. Okay, maybe we're not quite ready, but that's okay. You may be seated. We did our best, okay? We did our best. Let us go to the Lord in prayer. Well, Holy God, we do give you thanks and praise for this glorious day that you have given to us. I thank you, O God, for the fact that you call us to be your disciples, and you do help make us ready to walk in Jerusalem. Not the Jerusalem of this world, although maybe for some that'll happen, but to walk in Jerusalem, the new Jerusalem, the new Zion, your eternal kingdom in heaven. Help us to be ready for that, oh God. Lord, I thank you for all the good happening in our lives. I thank you for those celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. I hope and I know it's not all about the number, but it's about the fact that you bless us with another year of service to you, and I thank you for that, oh Lord. Lord, I thank you for the fact that this last Friday we had our first football game here in town, and things went very well, and I thank you for that, oh God, and pray a blessing. I know it's one of those that you're really not interested in who wins and loses, but I thank you for the young men that we have in our youth group. I know they're not here, but they're here on Wednesday nights, and that you give them that challenge to do their best. And I thank you that they respond and do all that they can, oh God. I do pray and thank you for the fact that we have some new young men that are going to put on the pads. Pray this morning, oh God, for all of those that are dealing with COVID. I know it has come to my home, and I know others as well. And just pray, oh God, that you will bless all of those that are suffering. Let whatever it is, let whatever needs to happen for this virus to run its course and for them to be back to healing and wholeness. Pray for Greg as he has health issues as well. Pray that the great physician will touch him. I pray, oh God, for Jim Aldridge. Pray that you give wisdom to the doctors to know exactly what's going on as he's recovering from his surgery. And I pray for Kent as you help him to weather the difficulties that he's facing trying to rehab from his shoulder replacement, and just bless him and bring healing to him. Pray for Barbara Bessie as she is in the heart hospital or in the hospital with heart problems. Pray that you will give wisdom and guidance to the doctors to know exactly what needs. Let that be what happens in her life. Lord, we pray for other things going on in our world. I pray for our men and women in uniform around the world, wherever they may be. Pray your blessing upon them. Keep them safe, oh God, because we know that they're always in danger. Pray for our first responders locally.